I'm welcoming everyone to the virtual Southeast Asia Career Fair 2022 Connecting International Minds. And this event is organized by the Dutch Embassy, ASEAN Dutch Chamber Network, and the Nuffic Nassau offices in Indonesia and Vietnam. We're so glad to see you all. My name is Selphine Jeanita, and it is my pleasure to be your MC and also moderator in several sessions today. Well, I would like to hear from you. How are you? How are you feeling? I hope you're all doing fine. You're all staying safe and healthy. But if you're feeling quite the opposite, if you're feeling a little low or down by the weather, I'm sending you lots of love and I hope you'll get better soon. And however, I'm very sure everyone is so excited for today's event since we have an exciting lineup of speakers. But before I inform you about our today's agenda, I would like to check if you guys have the best audio quality. So please let us know. Please drop us your notification in case you find any issues or you need help from our team. Please remember that we're very ready to help you and we're here for your best participation with us. And also another piece of information that's really important to let you know is that we are recording the entire workshop and we will upload it to our communication channels after the event. So thank you very much in advance for your cooperation. All right, now I really want to hear from you all. How are you? And you may want to introduce yourself briefly. You may want to write down in chat box your name, your institution or university, where you're from, how you're feeling today. Please drop a hi in the chat box, or you can participate through our Zoom polling. Here it is, a very quick polling that we are going to show on screen, and you can participate in this polling. Please let us know, please let me know from which country are you joining this event. Are you from the Southeast Asia countries, or maybe you're joining from other countries? That's the first question. The second question, what is your current occupation? Okay, you can choose whether you are still a student or a fresh graduate looking for a job, or you're an employee, or right now you're seeking a new job, a better choices, better options, or you may be a recruiter. All right, we're giving you 1 more minute to join this quick poll. And after that, we will show you the result. And beside that, you can also drop a hi in the chat box. Please, we want to hear from you. Right now, I can see that more than 50 participants joining us, and we're expecting more and more to come and joining us today. And since today's event is completely open for public and free of charge, if you want to tell your friends and invite more participants to join, yes, we're still expecting more participants, more job seekers to participate in this event. Hello, Jessica, it's really good to hear from you. And you're from the Philippines. We're sending you lots of love. I hope you're feeling great. And thank you so much for joining us today. All right, I think it's time for me to show the quick poll result on screen. Here it is. Okay, it's 88% from Indonesia. Halo, apa kabar semua? And 6% from the Philippines, including Jessica, my friend. And 6% from Vietnam. And also, since we're still waiting for more participants to join us, I'm very sure there will be lots of our friends joining from Thailand, Myanmar, Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, and also others, because I also here that will be lots of participants that will be joining from outside Southeast Asia countries. And the current occupation, 39% are students, fresh graduates, and also 27% employee, 30% are job seekers, and 3% are recruiter. Thank you so much for participating in this quick poll. And now, as I have promised you, I'm going to let you know and inform you about today's agenda. But before that, I also want to tell you highlights from last year event. So let's take a quick throwback to see the impression from last year events through this video. Wow! Can I have a big round of virtual applause? Or you may push that reaction buttons as well. We can see that lots of companies participating, lots of recruiters participating, and such an exciting lineup of speakers from last year. But again, now it's time for me to show you the highlights from this year's event, since I'm very sure you're all curious about this year's event. Well, there are 15 companies joining us today, and also there are 74 vacancies made available for all the job seekers who are joining us in this event. And currently there are more than 1,400 job seekers have registered to join us today, and 312 applications that are made through WUVA. But again, there's still the numbers are still going to grow and developing. I'm very sure lots of and more of 1,500 job seekers will join us today. And again, this is time for me to show you the information about events agenda. Now, we are currently in the opening from me, the MC, and the overview of this Virtual Southeast Asia Career Fair program. And at 10, we're going to have the first company pitch, Sustainable Retailing Business from PT Lion Super Indo. Followed by the next company pitch at 11, Let's Make Life Delicious, Getting to Know Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia from PT Kraft Heinz. And then after that, we're gonna have break for 30 minutes, followed by a roundtable session for 30 minutes. And this is a session for company pitches and networking session between companies and potential candidates. At 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Jakarta time, we're gonna have matchmaking sessions. And while we're keeping it going, we will also have 2 workshops in the afternoon. So make sure you will join us in the afternoon sessions as well. At 2 p.m. Jakarta time, we're gonna have a workshop, Acing Recruitment Process, Genius Applicant 101, a very interesting topic, and we'll meet a senior recruitment consultant and also a team lead from Hunt Hire Indonesia. And the last afternoon session will be at 3:30 p.m. Jakarta time, where we will learn from the head of digital innovation Heineken Vietnam about the holy trinity of digital talent-based product and technology. I am so sure you don't want to skip any of the sessions, so stay tuned throughout the event today. And you can also check WUVA for the link to join the afternoon session. All right, now it's time for us to start and enter the first session of today. So are you ready? We're going to start the first company pitch, Sustainable Retailing Business, PT Lion Super Indo. And before we have our speaker on screen, we will introduce Lion Super Indo to you briefly through this video. Enjoy the video.
supermarket keluarga Indonesia ikut berpartisipasi dalam penanganan COVID-19 di Indonesia.
Bantuan tanggap darurat COVID-19 diberikan sebagai wujud kepedulian dan tanggung jawab sosial PT Lion Super Indo dan Yayasan Benih Baik untuk membantu upaya pemerintah dalam percepatan penanganan COVID-19.
Wow, from the video, we can see how PT Lion Super Indo has a long list of awards, and I'm very sure PT Lion Super Indo will be such an interesting place to work and develop. Super Indo is part of Ahold Delhaize, a leading global food retailer from the Netherlands that operates in 3 continents, Europe, America, and Asia. Super Indo was established in 1997, operates in Java and Southern Sumatra, Indonesia, and it has more than 200 stores and 10,000 employees. Super Indo's purpose is we make healthy food accessible and affordable anywhere, anytime, which means that Super Indo believes that what's healthy and sustainable should be accessible and available to all. Super Indo promises better place to shop, better place to work, and better neighbor. Tagline of Super Indo, lebih segar, lebih hemat, lebih dekat, in Bahasa Indonesia, or in English, fresher, affordable, and closer. Healthy and sustainable is part of the growth driver. Super Indo does the groundwork to enable our customers to choose goodness for people and the planet. Super Indo does this to make healthy and sustainable choices into easy choices for everyone. Super Indo's key strategic focus on health and sustainability is divided into 3 areas. First, healthier choices. Second, eliminate waste. And third, climate impact. Super Indo has private brand products named Super Indo 365 and Indo Culinaire, the product that focused on traditional food from Indonesia. All right then, so without further ado, we would love to have on screen our speaker, the Corporate Affairs and Sustainable General Manager PT Lion Super Indo, Ms. Yuvlinda Sutanta. We're going to show you the profile of our speaker. This morning, we'll be learning from Ms. Yuvlinda Sutanta, General Manager of Corporate and Sustainability, who is in charge of overseeing the overall execution, mission, and efficacy of the Public Affairs and Healthy and Sustainability Division. Ms. Yuvlinda gained her degrees from London School of Public Relations, her master's degree, and we can also see that she has lots of experience through corporations, so she'll be the correct person that we'll be learning this morning. A very good morning to you, Ms. Yuvlinda.
Hello, good morning, Selphine.
How are you today?
Good, yeah.
We're so happy to have you this morning, Ms. Yuvlinda. So without further ado, I think I'll send the floor over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Selphine, again, and also for the complete introduction. Hello, all. I'm super excited, of course, to meet you all today in the weekend and be part of the program today, representing Super Indo Supermarket as one of proud company of Ahold Delhaize, and my colleagues from communication, Priyo, will help me to share the presentation material. So I will start with the introduction. It was very complete, introduced by Selphine, but maybe we can go directly to second page. Yeah, so again, this is Ahold Delhaize as one of the world's largest food retail groups. And I can say it's a leader in supermarket and also e-commerce business. And we so proud that this company actually at the forefront of sustainable retailing. So about sustainable retailing, this is actually the strategy that I would like to share with you today. Ahold Delhaize based in Zaandam, Netherlands, and operates in 3 continents. It includes the 10 countries, which is Indonesia also a part of it, with 19 brands, 19 brands include Super Indo. And about Super Indo itself, so Super Indo operates in Java Islands and also South Sumatra since 1997. So I'm happy to inform you all that this year, actually in August, we will celebrate our silver anniversary. And I invite you all to join the anniversary excitement. You can browse and check our website to to know the programs and involve in it. So yeah. We are currently having more than 200 stores, and the number is growing. 3 distribution centers, and we always want to ensure that our working environment becomes an engaged, inclusive, balanced, and healthy workplace for more than 9,000 employees. And also this number will grow over the time. So to do this, we will rely on our core values: courage, integrity, teamwork, care, and humor. Let me tell you about our business strategy. We call our strategy Leading Together Strategy, and it helps us deliver a solid result. Our vision is to create the leading local food shopping experience. In our case here is in Indonesia. We tighten our focus to 4 key growth drivers that are helping us so much in fulfilling our purpose: eat well, save time, and live better. I would like here to highlight that actually healthy and sustainable is placed in the center of the 4 key growth drivers, which means this topic is super important for the business, not only for our business, but also include Super Indo. So I can say actually now everywhere we see the consumer concern about environment. Yeah, so it's growing. This concern is growing anywhere, and they expect their grocers and also Super Indo to develop sustainable practices too. And I think now sustainability has moved from positive messaging. It was only positive messaging, but now it moved to the table stakes. Retailers actually who fail to take meaningful action on sustainability, of course, will put their reputation at risk. But the good news is that sustainability, efficiency, and profitability, in many cases, and we have already experienced it, go hand in hand. So retailers, I can say, play the role of intermediaries. So it's a key link between suppliers and also customers. And as the key players in the market, retailer has the ability to change their business practice based on sustainable development principles. However, it is not without challenge. The challenge of sustainable retailing is there, and it is twofold. How to ensure that internal operations are sustainable, that's first. And then how to influence suppliers to produce and customers to consume sustainably. So as the bridging, as the healing between both, we need to be idealists. We need to do it first and then influence our partners and our customers. And and as part of our DHES, of course, we share the ambition to be a better neighbor. We deliver on this promise by responsibly managing the Earth's resources, as well as try to balance business and environmental impacts on the communities in which we operate. We have specific commitments and those related or relevant in the industry. That is, first, to provide healthier choice and also the guidance, and then reduce environmental impacts from deforestation in the supply chain, and reduce food and also plastic waste, and also important to help decrease the CO2 emission. Yeah, so those topics are very important and very relevant in the retail industry. Now, I will show you some ongoing works related to the commitment that I mentioned previously. Yeah. So on healthier eating, actually we continue to add healthier product to our assortment and keep reformulating on-brand products. Yeah, we focus on our on-brand products. And we use actually international healthy choice criteria to set healthy standard on our own brand products. So beside the standards, healthy standard recommended by the government, Indonesian government, we also use international healthy choice criteria. And to help our customers and associates more aware of what they drink and how it impacts their health, we will install sugar indicators for all beverages at all of our stores. Currently, it's only a pilot at some of our stores, but in the Q4 this year, it will be already implemented at all stores nationwide. Sorry. This guidance, the sugar indicators is meant to educate our customers on sugar intake and as well as our associate, our employee, which is actually super important to keep our body healthy. Next. I would like also to share with you, actually in our supply chain, we are implementing a strict food safety standard to provide fresh, high quality ingredients and in the product that we sell at store. So far, Super Indo has been again implementing food safety standard recommended by the government. But in addition, we are also encouraging our micro, small, and medium enterprises supplier to implement the global standard of food safety and social compliance. And to that end, currently, we are collaborating with the British Retail Consortium Global Standard, the RCGS, to conduct international standard training and certification for our own brand supplier. Now we have 5 of our SMEs suppliers certified again the RCGS standard. And we continue to increase the number. We continue to engage with more suppliers in this certification. So this way, it also help our supplier or have a advanced level on food safety and also social compliance standard. Next. Yeah, so this is about the eco-label. To further conserve natural resources along our value chains, we focus on sustainable sourcing on critical commodities in on-brand products. Yeah, so we are committed actually to sourcing like tea, coffee, cocoa, palm oil, soy, wood fiber, and also seafood sold as our own brand product with certification against an acceptable standard. And it's a global standard actually. And these commodities that we have identified as critical, we believe are linked to major environmental and social issues such as deforestation, carbon emission, child labor, forced labor, illegal fishing, and others. And we want to avoid that kind of issues. So currently, we have recognized that eco-labels is super important for our customers. It's also important for us as the assurance of our own-brand product. And I can say it's important also for the industry and government. So because eco-labels by definition have been established to minimize the environmental impact and all of those social issues. Now let me tell you about our actions toward zero waste to landfill. Yeah. So here we actually continuously review our operational processes to reduce food waste. We don't want to have the food waste because it's very sensitive. We are food retailers, so we don't want to waste food. And we try hard to we always look solution, like for example to divert unsold food to relieve hunger in our communities. So in summary, actually we have three-pronged approach to driving down the food waste in our operations. So first, we reduce food waste across our operations, including stores and warehouses. That's why we apply very strict operational procedures on food handling. And then second, we divert surplus food to food bank for charities. So currently we are partnering with Food Bank of Indonesia, and we donate the unsold food, which is still good for human consumption, to Food Bank of Indonesia, so they can have charity activities. And third, we send food no longer suitable for human consumption to other recycling methods. So all of this is to prevent food waste going to the landfill. So for example, animal feeding. So we also partner with many yayasan, with also many zoos, so we can donate, give away the unsold food to be for animal feeding, yeah, and then for composting as well. Next, it's about plastic. Plastic is quite trending currently, and we are also have a very we are also have a high concern related to this, and we want to eliminate plastic waste as soon as possible. And currently we aim to move to a more circular system, to reduce the negative impacts of plastic. Our focus to date has been on where we can create solution on most problematic plastic, such as disposal shopping plastic bag, the single-use trash bag, and then disposal roll plastic. This is also the single-use roll plastic we usually take when we want to buy fruits or vegetable or eggs, and then a disposal plastic bottle and others like multi-layers packaging. So we are working to optimize our own brand product packaging, reducing single-use plastic, and designing a rewarding plastic waste collection and recycle program for our customer. It should be rewarding, otherwise no one will tap it into the program. We have to start with, something rewarding for everyone, so everyone could join in this initiative. And for the, waste collection and also recycle program, we engage or we collaborate with Octopus. You can browse or Google the profile of Octopus. It's a digital waste collection platform, and also with some brand principles. So there is also other important topic that we are currently working. It's to reduce the GHG emission in retail facilities and also supply chain, because it also have a meaningful impact on reducing global emission. So we have set our target and focus on the three actions. For the electricity, we continue to invest in energy efficiency using the best available technology in Indonesia to reduce energy consumption in stores and also in our distribution centers and also offices. These efforts includes reducing the, the energy using by replacing all lighting with LED. And then we also work on our cooler and also refrigeration system. Going forward, actually, our company will strengthen renewable energy system and increase energy production on site. Like, for example, installation of solar panel at stores and DC. We are exploring the possibility to install this at our store and also DC. And for refrigerant, we are gradually converting the old type of refrigerant, like, if you know, R22 type, to a more, environmental friendly type, like R4110 and R407, 407, yeah, that kind of refrigerant system. So the best we can get here in Indonesia. And so we replace the conventional refrigerant system to this type of refrigerant. And we are also exploring, the use of water loop system refrigeration. Yeah, this quite new. So it's not still not common in Indonesia, but we are always exploring the possibility to install the new technology. And then also about transportations, we focus on our own transport. Yeah, so we want to move forward to low carbon distributions and logistic transportations. And we always, explore how to modernize the fleet. Yeah, that's the way we want to, contribute in the reduction of GHG emissions. And last but not least, this is what I'd like to introduce. I'm so pleased to introduce you to one of our flagship community program, and we call Super Indo Berkebun. So this program means to, utilize the excess land in the store area. So usually there are, vacant land in the area of our stores, and now we utilize it as a community garden. Yeah, community garden, but it's productive garden, not only casual brand, but it's casual plant, but also something that can be eaten, can be consumed. Yeah. So with this program, we aim to promote healthy eating lifestyle, and this is actually promote urban farming activities. We want to build good relationship with local communities, with our customer, and also to engage with our associates, and yeah, so to create a better workplace for our associate or employee. And at the same time, we help to reduce climate impact, which could impact from the vacant land. So currently, these communities, garden communities, active in 4 cities. So it's in Bekasi, Bandung, Bogor, and then Tangerang. And I'm happy to inform you that in August, we will launch the 5th garden, and it will be in Tangerang. You are welcome to join and be the member and learning about, urban farming, how to grow food in your own garden. Yeah. And at the same time, you can also, shop at Super Indo. I think that's all my presentations. So as I have already mentioned, we are focusing in some topics in SDGs, and that's what we are working and put effort on. So I think we still have time, and there is some video you can also enjoy. It's related to our sustainability activity. So thank you.
Wow, thank you very much for the presentation, Miss Yuvlinda. Could you please hit that reactions button? Let's give a big round of virtual applause for our speaker, Miss Yuvlinda. Well, it's really lovely to know that Super Indo has brought good impacts, not only to the internal parties, but also to the involved communities and greater society. Just like Super Indo's motto, Super Indo is indeed a better place to shop, better place to work, and better neighbor. All right, so we would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please drop your questions using the Q&A function or Q&A feature. And please don't forget to also let us know your name, your institution, or where you're from. And now I think I am ready to read the first question. So, Miss Yuvlinda, we have several questions here. And also, thank you very much for the virtual applause from our audience here. Thank you so much. Okay, the very first one. Okay. Hi, Ibu Yuvlinda. I'm very curious to know how do you engage your employees to support Super Indo sustainability effort?
Should I directly answer that questions, or you will read all the question?
No, I think
one by one, yeah?
Just one by one, yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can say it should be fun and rewarding. Yeah. So we have a lot of program, sustainability program that our associates, we call our employee as our associates to engage. So we have fun activities like, Super Indo Berkebun, and they can also involve. in this program, we have also have a voluntary program. It's kind of a philanthropic actions program that they can also join. And when I said rewarding, it's because it becomes the target of everyone. When we have set our target in sustainability, so it will, it's not only sustainability department responsibility to make it happen, but it's in all departments. So it becomes, the group targets. So when we can achieve the target, everyone get, plus point, include how they can also get, bonus, so they have to be, participate, actively engage in, sustainability programs. That's the way we want to, engage our associate, our employees. So it should be fun and rewarding for everyone.
Yeah, I'm so sure it will be. So you will have like programs where you will encourage all departments to get involved, and the more active you can be, you can achieve more points that will also affect directly to your probably yearly annual bonus. Is that right, Miss? Yeah. And that's interesting to know that. Okay, next question. Okay. How does Super Indo implement sustainable business during the pandemic, where other competitors are forced to close some of their stores? This one, a question from Sarwan Adi Kusumo. Thank you very much for the question.
Yeah, I think during the pandemic situation, we communicate even, we communicate and collaborate even, stronger with our suppliers and also with our associate as well. So we do a lot of communications, and we also do brainstorming and to get solution over the current conditions. So of course, healthy is over everything. So we assure that our associate and our customers, in a healthy conditions, and also we apply a lot of safety protocols during COVID situation, and that's actually create secure feeling over our associates and also our customers. And at the same time, we try to supply the basic needs of our customers in on timely manners. So it should be available for everyone with affordable price. So we engage with our suppliers mainly during the COVID situation, more intense, and to help each other. I think that's the way we were trying to secure the situation.
Yes, Miss Yuvlinda. On a personal note, I am personally a loyal customer of Super Indo, and
so how do you feel? How do you feel shopping at Super Indo during the COVID situation? Do you feel safe?
Yes. I can totally assure you and assure our audience here that I could totally feel the sense of safety and secure whenever I am shopping at Super Indo stores. And since I'm such a huge fan of shopping fresh fish, well, it's like 100 guarantee that I can always have a fresh meat and fish from Super Indo, including from the vegetable as well. Probably that's only like one small point, yeah, Miss Yuvlinda, that what Super Indo has brought to the table to the customers. But I'm very sure the way you played and maintained the relationship with your vendors, with your partners throughout the business will make the business Super Indo more sustainable.
Yeah, totally, yeah. So we cannot do it alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now we're moving on to the next question. Well, before I read the next question, I want to invite more and more questions to come. Please don't hesitate. We still have like 10, 15 minutes for the Q&A session, and we're still looking forward for more questions to come. And please don't forget to mention your name and also where you're from or the name of the institution or the university. So I can also mention and give credit to whoever posed the question. Okay, next question. All right. Okay, this is interesting. How about the daily career life at Super Indo?
Daily career life?
Yes.
Okay. So I myself work for Super Indo for almost a decade. So I start in 2012. So yeah, it's almost, a decade now. So and I found it rewarding for myself because I really love the working environment. So the workplace, the way the management arrange the workplace is really fit with my with me. So and it's always we have a regular review on our based on our responsibility, of course, with our superior, and we have a quarterly discussion with our superiors, and it's arranged, so it's organized by HR team, and we have also mid-year and also the annual, the end of the year's review. And from this kind of conversation with our superiors, it's kind of a 360 approach as well. So not only with superior, but also with our team. Yeah, we can have a conversation on how we perform, how are we going to achieve our target. If there is a challenge, we can discuss during this review, and then with this kind of method, there is nothing left behind. So it should be, all the targets set in the early of the year should be, easily to be delivered by end of the year. So this is what I love about the concept of communication in the company. So no one is left alone. Everyone will take care each other and also take care of the target together. Yeah, so it's we don't set our target by our own, because we always get the target. So there is a company target, and then it's translated by our superior, and then we try to support our superior's target as well. So it's kind of a group target. It's not our own target. So this conversation is needed to check whether our target is still valid, or is it too ambitious, or I think we need to to increase the target, because it's by mid-year it seems like achievable. So we need to add it. So yeah, so by the end of the day, hopefully everyone will get the target achieved and get the bonus ready.
Yes.
So we need to really utilize the moment, the review, the quarterly review, and then the mid-year review to to understand where we are with our target. So this kind of a concept and conversation built within the company is really something that I love.
Yes, and this point again proves that Super Indo highlights collaboration and synergy from all associates, and this regular review by doing these communication measures, this will make everyone feels heard and appreciated. And it's
Right, yeah.
yes, and it's very important to take care of the well-being of all associates. Thank you so much for elaborating this point, Ms. Yuvlinda. Okay, now we're moving on to the next question. Okay, do you have any kind of program for young people which they may be interested in working in retail business? And do you have a special program, for example, personal development to young talents at PT Lion Super Indo?
Yeah, we have a lot of program for, and I'm so, I'm happy to inform you all that we have a young Super Indo program in our organizations, and even though I'm not part of it because I'm no longer considered as young. Oh my God! But they have a lot of fun activities, and this way they can, elaborate their potential and for their career as well, for career developments. So we acknowledge the young talent in Super Indo, and we want to over time develop this talent to be the leader someday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you think we can find like if you have the programs ongoing, the announcement? Where do you think we can find the announcement?
So, our HR team is very active in LinkedIn. So you can follow our, the company's LinkedIn, and also in our website, we have a specific mini site of, all activity of HR, the manpower department. And so LinkedIn, I think the best source to get to know all the activities and programs that we want to offer to everyone.
Okay, so if you haven't followed the LinkedIn profile of PT Lion Super Indo, go follow now, okay? Okay, next question, Ms. Yuvlinda. What's the main challenge that you're facing in implementing your sustainability strategy?
So sometimes, in Indonesia, there are a lot of sustainability trends, in the world, but of course we cannot just take, directly the issues, because we have to first filter it, which one is relevant with our business. So this way we can, support, we can contribute and give maximum impact when we know that the issues, the global issues is related to our to our business. I mean, we have the capacity to address it. Otherwise we cannot contribute much in this issue. So first we need to tap into what is very critical and related to the business. And then second, I think we need to convince, not convincing process will take, will need energy. So, and it's not easy. I mean, because you need to convince first internally to the management. You have to create a business case that is support the sustainability program. And then secondly, you need to create, this is the second phase. So after that, we need to collaborate. We cannot, I always say we cannot do alone. So we need to create a collaborations. And when I say collaboration, it should be with, total stakeholders, not only with, sometimes with only NGO, it doesn't always work. So we need also to engage with government. We always we also need to engage with associates. We also need to engage with our customers, and then the community leaders. Yeah, that's something something that I can say challenging during the process of implementation of a sustainability program. Maybe we can simply do it ourselves, but of course the impact is not big enough to to create a difference in Indonesia, or even in global in the world. So these three kind of challenges actually we face when we want to adopt sustainability program.
I completely agree with you, Miss Yuvlinda. To make or create greater impacts, it means that we have to work hand in hand with lots of and more parties to get involved with the mission. Yes. Okay, next question. This one I find this very interesting. This one comes from our friend in Malaysia, from Ilham Sabri. Regarding the employee's qualification, does Super Indo also hire the employee from outside Indonesia? Like other countries in Southeast Asia, how does the employee's composition in terms of country's origin of the employee at Super Indo?
So it's open. We are open for everyone. We are open for the young talent. So we do have a general manager from Philippines. So we hire, so in our as an internal auditor, if I'm not mistaken. So, and there are also some from Holland as well. So but of course we will prioritize local talent, but we never close our door for international talents. Just if you fit with the position, with the vacant position that is available in Super Indo, just apply it, because we love to hear from everyone and everywhere, especially in Southeast Asia.
Yes, so go ahead. I'm rooting for you, friends. If you find some suitable position that you think you're qualified to apply, go ahead. I'm rooting for you, and I will support you. And that's our main target here, Miss Yuvlinda, as well, that we want everyone that's involved in this virtual Southeast Asia career fair has a very exciting job hunting experience, and we really hope you find one or more that's suitable for you. Okay, now we still have like 3 minutes. I think one more question before we close this Q&A session. Okay, this is very interesting as well for the curious mind. This one from Furi Megawati. Good morning, Miss. How can Super Indo handle if the distribution of fruits is not in not good condition? Is that not like give advantages for the company? How do you face the problem? Oh, okay. This is regarding the freshness, the quality of your products.
So we have actually I can say like a series of or procedure in food handling, from farm to a store or a shelf. So the process is also started actually from distribution center. So we will select only those who that is met with the requirement of our order. So the way when we order something, we have already given details on the product requirements, and we expect it to to be delivered by our suppliers as required. So when it comes to our distribution center, the distribution center will do the selection, will do the check. So because we want the product to be sold, no leftover. So this is the communication that we always over time build with our suppliers actually. And then And then we have also a very strict SOP on the transportations. Yeah. So for fruits and vegetable, we do a lot of methods. We can send it from distribution center or the farmers or suppliers directly sent to our store, depends on the products. So and then when it arrives to the store, of course we do also strict procedures. And then when there is also procedures that we apply on our fruits and vegetable, because it cannot be displayed like every time. So there is a time range, like for example, for vegetable, it should be like daily. Cannot, if today it is not sold, then we need to replace tomorrow with the new vegetable. And then this, when there is a leftover, then the sustainability team will create a program of it. So because we don't want it to be end up in the landfill. So there is series of procedures that we need to apply and implement it. So hopefully there is no we only have only small leftover, and this leftover will be managed directly towards our sustainability programs, like I have already shared previously. Yeah.
Yes. So Super Indo has
answers.
Yes.
Questions of a food handling method.
That's a very comprehensive explanation, Ms. Yuvlinda. While Super Indo ensures that they will give the best quality of products to the customers through the sustainable and this sort of procedures, also will manage a minimum waste to the landfill. And
right.
That would be our last question. But before we close this Q&A session, don't forget, if you're interested to know more about Super Indo, please visit the social media. Visit our Instagram at superindo_career. And I will let you know through the chat box as well. Or you can also visit us in our LinkedIn, PT Lion Super Indo. Super Indo will also have an event named Super Campus, which will be held soon. So stay tuned in Super Indo social media for more information. All right, that'd be the last bit of information. And thank you very much for the discussion, Ms. Yuvlinda. We really hope our audience grasp lots of insights and useful information. And let's give a big round of applause to our speaker here, Ms. Yuvlinda. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure to be part of this program. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and stay healthy, everyone.
Thank you very much, Ms. Yuvlinda. And all right, now it's time for us to move on to the next company pitch. Let's make life delicious. Getting to know Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia from PT Kraft Heinz. And this session will be led by my super colleague, Maulana Taufik. So move on to the next question. Over to you, Molly.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Selphine. Thank you for having us with the first company pitch session, Sustainable Retailing Business with Super Indo. And now continue with me. And good morning, everyone. Welcome to session part 2 of company pitch. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Taufik, or Molly, as your host for this session. Well, I hope you are getting more excited, because with this session, we are going to have the company that produce products that are really close to our daily lives, such as sauces and then drinks and then canned food. Yum, 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 right? From the title itself, you know what it is. So yes, this session we will be hearing from PT Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia atau PT Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. So for your information, so I'm going to say like a little bit information regarding about this company. PT Kraft Heinz was established in 1999, an affiliation of the Kraft Heinz company, which has the vision to proudly make delightful food available to every Indonesian family. So the company itself is proud owner of the ABC or ABC brands, an Indonesian household staple brand with products ranging from sauce, drinks to canned food since 1975. So let's make our life delicious and get to know with Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. Okay, so before I'm going to invite and also to introduce for our guest speakers for this session, so I would like to ask my colleague to show the profile from our two guest speakers. Okay, so we are going to have Susanne Migchels as Marketing Director, and also ada Mbak Yunitazari Purwomarwanto as Talent Senior Manager. So as you can see from the screen, this is our two guest speakers with their profile. Look at the experience. As Susanne, a professional with over 30 years experience in various fields as well. And then Mbak Yunita, the first time start career in Kraft Heinz since 2015. Okay, I can wait, and we cannot wait to hear all the information regarding about Kraft Heinz. Okay, so first of all, I think we have Susanne, and also we have Mbak Yunita here. Halo, selamat pagi Mbak Yunita.
Selamat pagi Mas Molly.
Apa kabar? How are you doing, Mbak?
I'm good. How are you, Mas Molly?
I'm good. I'm so excited because we are going to listen about Kraft Heinz karena to be honest, most of us, of course, we consume all the products from Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. And I can see Susanne is here as well. So hello, good morning, Susanne.
Good morning. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you so much to be here and also to share all the information regarding Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. Okay, so from the rundown, I think Susanne can start first. Is that correct?
No, I'm gonna start first.
Mbak Yunita is going to start first. Okay, Mbak Yunita, please give us all the information, the delicious one. The floor is yours.
Thank you. So I'm gonna share my screen. Mas Molly, can you also help to confirm whether my screen?
Sure. So I can see very clear, and then yes, from our colleague also can see it very clear. Thank you, Mbak Yunita.
Okay, let me slideshow it.
There you go.
Now.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay, still okay, yeah, now?
All good.
Okay. Okay, good morning. Selamat pagi, teman-teman di Indonesia. Good morning for our friends in Southeast Asia. So my name is Yunitazari, but you can just call me Tari. I'm Senior Manager Talent in Kraft Heinz. And so in the first 15 minutes, I'm going to get you through Kraft Heinz at a glance as a global company. And also because I'm a representative from HR, so I'm going to give a perspective from people, like what is our culture, our values, and what are the characters of talents that we are looking for all of you who wants to join Kraft Heinz. And then the rest, the 25 minutes rest, is I will hand over the presentation to Susanne so she can share further on our brands in Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. Okay. Next, before I introduce you to our company as a global company, I also want you to share about what's happening in the food industry nowadays, because we are a food and beverage company, right? So I think it's good for all of you to know as well what's happening, what's the trend in food nowadays. So our consumer tastes are evolving. starting from what people eat. So I think in the past 5 years, probably people are more of what they're consuming every day, right? So firstly, starting from like the sustainability, is our food produced like sustainably, or is it coming from a responsible source, etc. And then people also becoming more aware of health and wellness. So they're looking for products who will help to keep maintaining their health, their well-being, their appearance, and so on. And then there are also a trends of taste globalization. What does it mean? So probably in the past, I don't know, 3 or 5 years, there is a hype on Korean barbecue, like in every country, along with the rising of K-pop, K-drama. People also love Korean barbecue, and it's becoming like the sauce in like major meat products. And then there were also trends of salted eggs. So I think not only in Indonesia, in other countries, people also consuming more dishes with salted egg sauce or flavor. There were also a phenomenon of croissant and waffle. I think it's everywhere in the globe. And like more recently, it's like a trend or hype on truffles, where like more dishes also using truffle as one of their flavors. So those are the example of taste globalization happening in the world, in the food industry nowadays. And the last is premiumization. So the evolvement not only stop in what people eat, it's also people also looking for new ways to shop, like where people shop. Now these days, people are looking for more convenience way to shop. They're not only like clothes or bags, but also for the like food and beverage that they consume. Affordability, Indonesian people, I think they love promos, yeah. Like despite on like age range, I think all of us really love affordability or looking for affordability. The third one, digital shopper. More and more people are using the internet, using the digital technology to shop, starting from like the websites, like the e-commerce, or simply using the online like food, like GoFood or GrabFood, etc. And also they're also looking for the experience on the shopping experience. And the third part is because of the social media era, I think at least each of us have one social media they're using. Either it's like Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, probably. I think it's also growing, the number of TikTok users. YouTube. It's also making new ways on how people interact with brands. They are demanding on now what is the brand purpose. They also demand on the more transparency on the brands and personalization on the product that they're consuming these days. So those three are what's happening in the food industry, and I hope this quick introduction on like the what's happening on the food industry can make you more interested on our industry as a food and beverage company. So now is it on us, Kraft Heinz? Who are we? So Kraft Heinz, as a global company, we have $25 billion in 2019 as net sales. We are present in more than 40 countries with dedicated Kraft Heinz employees. We are also a company with a social responsibility initiative. We have like Rise Against Hunger, that's the name of the program, where we package, where we distribute packaged meals in not only in Indonesia, but also this is happening in all other countries around the globe, all the Kraft Heinz business units. So we distributed more than 2 billion meal package so far. And we have more than 200 powerful and also iconic brands as a Kraft Heinz. Kraft Heinz in Indonesia. So I think Mas Molly has mentioned it, this. So our history started actually a while back then in 1975, where we was a local company called ABC and founded in 1975. And then we launched our first products were actually the cordials, syrup and sauces. And then 1999, we were acquired by the Heinz tomato ketchup from US. And then we became the Heinz ABC. And then in 2015, there were also a big merger between Kraft and Heinz. Now we are becoming Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. And for the global, we call it the Kraft Heinz company. So as global brands, we have signature brands in each of region or country that we are present. Starting from North America, we have aside from Kraft and Heinz, we also have like Oscar Mayer, Lunchable, Philadelphia, Maxwell, Velveeta. And then we also present in South America, where Quero is like one of the big brands there. And then we also present in Asia, in Australia and New Zealand as well, with each of signature brands in each country. While for the local brands and also all the brands that we are selling in Indonesia, it will be explained later by Susanne. So next, focusing on the people. So what are the characteristics of people or talent that we are looking for to join into Kraft Heinz? So with the trends that are changing, as I mentioned previously in the food industry, consumer behaviors are also evolving. So we need people who has these big ideas, transformative ideas, to tell us like, oh, we have these huge ideas that you can do in order to keep us competing, keep us winning in the food industry. And also people who wants to be the leader, who lead the change in the process. So our vision, Kraft Heinz globally, is to sustainably grow by delighting more consumers globally. What does it mean? So it means we are, as a company, we are consumers oriented. We want to make delightful product, which is like great products, and produce it with sustainable process. So we also expect our talent or our people to have the same vision. And these are our values. We have 6 values who drives our day-to-day conduct in the workplace. And one of the values that we are really proud of and become our differentiator is we own it, which means we want each of our employee, our people, to become accountable of their works, act as an owner, like showing the commitment and belief in our cause. And these traits, we own it, it will impact to the recognition or the rewards. So we recognize people based on what they do and what they deliver. So those are the values that we have in Kraft Heinz. Here at Kraft Heinz, we grow our people to grow our business. So in the next slide, I will also tell you about what are the principles that we have, the culture that we have in the company. So we call it our WIN principle. This consists of a W, I, and N. This also show the leadership capabilities that we expect each of the people and the leaders in our company will do. The W stands for work as a team. What does the behavior expected from these capability traits? Firstly, is live the power of we. What does it mean? We expect people to do collaboration, working together as a teamwork, operate with empathy and care, and also energize self and also others. Meanwhile, the I stands for inspire excellence. So we expect our people to be able to simplify what are the complex things, probably complex difficulties or problem or challenges, but we can see what are actually the root cause. So we can simplify and really focus on what matters. move with speed and agility, and also model lifelong learning, curiosity, and creativity. So we expect people to have growth mindset where they are willing to continuously learn, continuously improve, and put creativity into work. And last but not least is N, stands for navigate our future. So we expect our people to define what are their aim goals, what are their goals, able to define the destination, what they want to achieve. And then we expect our people to grow their team to their full potential, and also be courageous in the face of uncertainty. So those are our leadership capabilities, and we call it WIN principle. And aside from expecting our and shaping our people to become great leaders, we also, as a company, we are also committing to a sustainable future through our global ESG initiative. And our ESG initiatives consist of these three main pillars, starting from healthy living and community support. One of the examples is the Rise Against Hunger that I mentioned, which we have distributed packaged meals to the rural areas or the people who needs and the main aim or the end goal is to help reduce hunger for the people around the globe. And the second one is environmental stewardship. So one of the initiative, I think Susanne will also mention, is Dairy Green initially. So it's one ways to reduce waste through our collaboration with several stakeholders. And this is really good. I think we are one of the pioneers in terms of this initiative in FMCG industry. And the third one is responsible sourcing. So we try to really put attention on where does the source of the ingredients coming from, and also we also improving how we produce in terms of the factory productions, the energy that we use, etc. So that's from the people perspective, the Kraft Heinz as a global, and also from the our initiative as a company. So now I will be handing over the presentation to Susanne. So Susanne can share more about our brands as Kraft Heinz.
Hi, everybody. And I understand you all studied in the Netherlands. So goedemiddag allemaal. Maybe you still understand a little bit. I thought maybe I start with introducing myself a bit as an individual, and also a bit about my career, and then I will share more about Kraft Heinz. So as you might have guessed, I am originally from the Netherlands, but I consider myself a global citizen. I have lived and worked together with my husband in many countries in both Europe and also in Asia. And that is really exciting. I'm very passionate about that. And the second thing about me is I'm a real foodie. As you will see from my career in the next slide later on, is that I have worked only for food and beverage companies. I enjoy eating out, I enjoy working for a food company, and I enjoy experiencing food from different countries. I love Indonesian food, I love Singaporean food, but I also love food from Japan and also from European countries, of course. So that's a little bit about myself. On the next slide, maybe a little bit about my career journey. I started my career at Kraft Foods. Kraft Foods at the time is currently basically split in two companies. Now it is Kraft and Mondelez, two separate companies, but the time I joined, that was still one company. And I started my career in Europe. I started to work with Kraft Foods in Belgium, and then I worked in the Netherlands. I worked for cheese, I worked for pasta, I worked for chocolate brands in the Benelux. And after that, I was expatriated to Asia. I joined first, I lived for 6 months in Australia, in Melbourne. for a regional role. So I was responsible for strategy and strategic marketing in Asia, based originally in Australia. And after 6 months, I moved to Singapore. Then I moved back to Europe, still with Kraft. I there joined the European innovation team based from Switzerland. And we were focused on innovations for the entire European continent in cheese mostly. After Kraft, I moved to Danone. Danone, as you might know, a French-Dutch company. I worked first in the Netherlands for a while, and then I moved to Indonesia. So I am actually for the second time living in Indonesia now, first for Danone, and now again for Kraft Heinz. For Danone, I worked for their baby nutrition in Indonesia for 4.5 years. And after that, I decided to move to Hong Kong for a company maybe you're familiar with, which is more a retail company, the Dairy Farm Group. So for example, in Indonesia, they have Giant stores, Hero, Guardian, but in Southeast Asia, they have many other different stores. And after that, I moved to Kraft Heinz. So I'm now with Kraft Heinz for almost 2 years. And I moved back to Indonesia. And for me, why I decided to move to Kraft Heinz from Dairy Farm is, I think, mostly two things. The beautiful brands we have. I'm very excited about ABC brand, the Heinz brand, but also some of the other brands in the company. And the second thing for me, as you see, I'm quite interested in international career, experiencing and working in different countries, different cultures. And that's something that Kraft Heinz can offer as well. So enough about me. Maybe if we go to the next slide, I wanted to share more about Kraft Heinz as a company. So the company purpose, corporate company purpose, so this is global, is let's make life delicious. And what that means for Indonesia and Papua New Guinea business is to proudly make delicious food available for all Indonesian consumers. Proud because we have some beautiful local heritage brands that we're very proud about. And delicious because, of course, food primarily, firstly, is about taste. We have to deliver delicious taste to our consumers. If we go to the next slide, we also have a big dream. So our dream is to become the #1 international food company in Indonesia by reaching $1 billion business. And we have beautiful brands and strong plans to get there. So one of the beliefs in the company also is you have to dream big, right? We want to go from good to great. You will see that a little bit later, which is a theme that has been recently launched by our CEO. And for that, we have to dream big. So this is our big dream that we are all working towards. Now, how are we going to do that? On the next slide, first of all, very important is to win the heart of our consumers. And one of the key drivers for that is our ABC brand. You've seen that the brand exists since 1975. And we are the #1 brand in taste elevation. So taste elevation is a term we use in the company as an important strategic pillar for growth. And taste elevation basically means things like sauces, condiments, salad dressings. So all the things you use to elevate your dishes. Now, and here you see some of the campaigns and also the innovations that we have recently launched. On the left upper side, you see our ABC soy campaign that we launched last year, really focusing on the superiority of our products. Next to that, you see our Team Pedaciales campaign, which is our ABC Sambal or our chili sauce campaign. We are the market leader in chili sauce, so we are the team. The Team Pedaciales stands for the team between MAM and ABC brands, the spice experts. Then you see we launched new packaging design next to the picture of Team Pedaciales. And what you also see is some of our innovations. You heard Tari talking about taste globalization, premiumization, and also health, right? So some of the innovations we're doing, for example, premiumization, you see in the right upper corner, we are about to launch now our Soy Plus concept. If you look at the soy sauces market, there is only base soy sauce. All sauces are quite similar. And we now come with an innovation that we call Soy Plus because it's base soy sauce with a plus. So with exciting new ingredients that will be premiumizing the category. Tari also spoke about health, another trend you see in consumers. So one of the things we're doing, and you see at the bottom right of this slide, is around our sardines, our canned fish. Canned fish is a very nutritious product. So it has a complete nutritional bundle and it doesn't have any preservatives or artificial ingredients. And these are the things we are communicating to our consumer to convince them to try our products. Another thing that we're very proud about, you see at the bottom, is the Kantar Brand Footprint Awards. ABC was one of the chosen brands in the top 10 of the strongest growing FMCG brands in Indonesia. And of course, we're very proud that ABC has been acknowledged for this great award. But ABC is not our only brand. If we go to the next slide, what is also very exciting is last year we launched our Heinz brand. Or maybe before we go to the Heinz brand, we're going to share with you one video of a recent launch of our Sambal Nusantara products. So Tari, please go ahead.
Is it playing?
I don't hear any sound.
Yes, it's playing, but there is no sound, Mbak.
Ah, okay. Let me... Yeah. Oke.
Sambal rumahan itu otentik aromanya, otentik teksturnya, yang nikmatnya seotentik rasa sambal Indonesia. Baru ABC Sambal Nusantara.
Think one more.
Sejarah sambal geprek dimulai dari satu mahasiswa Jogja menggeprek ayam gorengnya ke sambelnya. Nah, sekarang bisa langsung dinikmati di ABC Sambal Nusantara Sambal Geprek Jogja. Teksturnya, aroma, dan rasanya pun otentik. Gak ada yang tahu ini bukan sambal rumahan. Pas untuk ayam geprek, ikan nila goreng, dan lalapan. Mau seorang pengen? Sejarah.
Okay, now in Heinz slide, Susan.
Thanks, Tari. So just to tell you a little bit about the advertising that Tari just shared, this is Sambal Nusantara, is a new innovation we very recently launched, which is basically a range of sambals from different regions in Indonesia with the authentic taste, aroma, and texture of homemade sambal. So we're very excited about this launch, which is both in general trade and in modern trade. And we have just launched this campaign in the month of May. But before we show the video, I was saying ABC is not our only brand. We recently, last year, we also launched Heinz. So the global iconic tomato ketchup brand has now been introduced in Indonesia as well. And we haven't launched only the tomato ketchup, we also launched a range of chili sauces. And those chili sauces have been developed specifically for our Indonesian consumer target and have been developed by us. So in Indonesia, we have our own production, we have our own R&D center, and all of that has been done locally for our local consumers. And you recall that Tari was talking about globalization of taste. So if you look at our Heinz chili range, we have products from Korea, so tapping into the Korean hype we see in Indonesia. But we also have a Mexican chili sauce. So we're really tapping into that globalization trend for the consumer target we've identified for Heinz. So here you see some of the initiatives we've done. We've worked closely with different restaurants and food groups in Indonesia, like Goods Burger, but also specific restaurants that fit our consumer to build Heinz awareness and create excitement around the brand. So how do we achieve our dream? Number one is winning the heart of our consumers. Number two, if we go to the next slide, is also further building on what Tari already shared, is we are also committed to build a sustainable future. So we have several initiatives that we already started building on our pillars. So you saw the three global, what we call ESG pillars: healthy living and community support, environmental stewardship, and also responsible sourcing. And I just picked 4 examples for you to share what we are doing in this space. So on the left side, you see we donated more than 20,000 breakfast packages to Indonesian consumers that need help, which is all building on our Rise Against Hunger initiative we have globally. Next to that, you see our Ramadan charity campaign. So every year during the Ramadan period, we have initiatives to give back to the community. And this year we donated 120,000 packages to waste pickers in Indonesia. The third initiative I picked is for foodpreneurs. So Kraft Heinz doesn't only have a retail business, so direct to consumers via supermarkets, etc., but we also have a food service business. So we have a business that is directly catering to restaurants, etc. And you know, during the pandemic, unfortunately, a lot of people lost their jobs and they had to reconsider, what am I going to do? How am I going to earn money? And a lot of people in Indonesia started their small food and beverages companies. And we started an initiative last year, and we will continue that this year, which is our Foodpreneur webinar, where we provide tools, learnings, expert master classes, and everything to those foodpreneurs to really build their business, to professionalize, etc. And the third example I picked for the sustainability initiatives is the initiative Tari also referred to, which is what we call our Jerry Green initiative. Actually, we launched that a couple of weeks ago. This is together with 14 different partners, hotels, restaurants, but also distributors, and Waste for Change is an initiative to recycle the jerry cans that are used by those restaurants and hotels, and then are recycled and reused for the industry. So as I mentioned, winning the heart of our consumers with our brands, we're committed to a sustainable future, but also very important on the next slide is obviously developing our people. And Tari also shared information about that, but I wanted to share a little bit more of the initiatives we have. On the left upper side, that visual represents our competencies model. This one is for our marketing competencies, but this has been developed for every function in the company. Every employee knows what are the competencies I need for this specific function and what is my level of proficiency in this function at the moment, and what are the things I have to further develop if I want to be promoted to the next level. Then on the right side, you see our tools, the academies we have for each of the functions, which is basically a training program for each of the functions to help build your competencies to further grow in your area of expertise. Other initiatives we have, and I think they are very exciting, is, for example, our ACE Awards initiatives. This is a global initiative. The company is really encouraging everybody's creativity. And the ACE Awards is basically a Kraft Heinz Creative Award that is judged by external parties. So we have a jury of people outside of the company that assess our creative work. So our campaigns that we do on TV or on digital or in the stores are assessed by an external jury and then rewarded with ACE Awards. We have our LEAP initiatives. Every month, we allocate 19 minutes time for every individual in the company in Indonesia for them to learn. They could learn by listening to a TED Talk online. They could learn by all of the trainings we have in a model that is called University. You can find all kinds of trainings in areas that you are interested in. And we allow people to block that time during office hours to really spend on learning for yourself. And then we have sessions to talk about the learning experience and share that with others. And then the last initiative I wanted to share is our Live Well program. This is all about employee well-being. So for example, I guess you've all heard during the pandemic, there's a lot of topic about mental wellness, right? Keeping your mental health. And those type of topics are then discussed. Tips are giving, professionals are sharing their input around this area. So that is what I wanted to share. The last slide I wanted to share is the theme we recently launched in the company, and that is Kraft Heinz Chooses Greatness. We are looking for people that want to join us on this journey to greatness and really help us to transform the organization to achieve our dream of becoming the #1 international multinational food company in Indonesia and become a $1 billion business. So thank you very much. And I think next, we would love to answer your questions.
Thank you so much, Batari and also Susanne. This is really insightful presentation and also information that you have been given. Of course, we do have a lot of questions here, but before that, I would like to give like a huge compliment for Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia, because as Indonesian, I do always bring sambal extra pedas wherever I go, okay? This is such a must thing to bring because it makes my life a really complete. And the other one for product for Heinz, if you guys realize the bottle of it is really upside down, right? So in the quantity, it's like a little bit small. We don't need to put the bottle like upside down. It's upside down already. So it makes our life even easier. So big applause to all the product manager, all the creator for this amazing sauce and also the bottle. And then the last thing, the video that Batari showed us, sambal, what is it? Authentic of Indonesia. Okay, so we don't need to giling-giling dicobekan lagi, but we just open the sachet and then consume our nice food of Indonesia. So thank you so much. This is such a very compliment for all of you guys who work in the Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. See, there you go. We have a compliment. I always bring sambal ABC for my study in Netherlands. This is the proof. Okay. Okay, cool. So now we are having a lot of questions. So I will try to sort all the questions for Susanne and also for Batari. Okay, so let's start from the first one. This is from Ilham Sabri. So dear speakers, I'm Sabri from Malaysia. So he has 2 questions. So what are the biggest challenges faced by Kraft Heinz during pandemic situation? And then how do you deal with this situation? I think between Batari and Susanne, you can answer this question live.
Well, I think if I may go first, Tari, but please share your view as well. So actually the pandemic from a business perspective has been a challenge and an opportunity at the same time. So because of the pandemic, of course, more consumers were at home, which means more cooking at home. So we saw opportunities for our business, for example, in canned fish and also our cooking sauces, that consumers were using more of that during the period. The challenge, on the other hand, again, from a business perspective, was our food service business. I shared we also have a business-to-business part of the business where we work with restaurants, which obviously were closed. So that was very challenging. So we actually had an opportunity in one side of the business and a challenge in the other side of the business. Maybe
Okay.
Tari, you want to share
Yes.
from a people point of view?
Silakan Mbak Tari, over to you. Okay, I think Mbak Tari, okay, there you go.
I'm back.
Yes.
Sorry,
There you go.
I need to charge my laptop.
Yeah.
The battery was drained. Okay, thank you, Susanne. So yeah, I want to add from the people perspective, because during the pandemic there is shifting, I think, more towards the internal, like how's our employees, from employees perspective as well, right? Because during the pandemic there were like a huge shift, where people are forced kind of. Especially in the first, I think the first year in 2020 was the toughest. We are working from home for those especially in the headquarters. Meanwhile, for the people in the factory, there were also, we need to also review and make some adjustment, because we cannot working like 100% to minimize the contact, right? So the challenge was in terms of maintain the connections, maintain the spirit of the employees, and also like for like learnings, meetings, etc. We are moving to online platform, right? There were some adjustments needed, some periods of adjusting needed, but turns out the productivity was not impacted. So thankfully it was like we still deliver such a great result in 2020. Even I think one of the biggest I think revenue or sales that we have during the 2020. The engagement, we have engagement survey annually, and during that year as well, our engagement didn't drop like significantly, or I think it was like flat. So where, I mean, that it's not like a huge impacted. And then one of the greatest, I think one of the greatest blast is actually after we learn how to work from home. Now we are moving towards a hybrid working, right? Where we are not only where we are giving flexibility for our employees to 2 days they can working from home, they can work from anywhere actually. But we also want to maintain the collaboration, because like if people meet at the office, we can collaborate easier, right? We can just meet up, we can have a short discussion to solve everything quicker. More ideas because of the brainstorm, it's easier, no need to like schedule a meeting, etc. So we also encourage them to work from office like 3 days in a week. So we now, I think starting from early this year, 2022, we are already implemented a hybrid working model. So I think there are challenges, but turns out into like blessing so for us.
That's really great to hear that. Again, everything happens for a reason, and that's really good as well, that Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia can adjust with the situation, and it's glad to hear as well with the number of the engagement or the graph of the engagement survey, it's turned a really good result as well. Okay, let's continue with another question. This is a really good question from Thomas Lipai. Hello, Batari. I'm curious about how do you maintain your project keeps running while maintaining to develop your talent?
This is a personal question, yeah, to me.
Yeah.
Okay, really interesting question. Thank you for the question. How am I maintain our projects while developing my team or talent?
Developing your talent, yes.
Okay, because like developing talent is also one of my responsibility, which is also one of my projects. So I think embracing that as my passion, that's number one. So not like dividing those, because like as I mentioned, managing our talent, managing our people in the Kraft Heinz is my responsibility, as well as like working together collaboratively with all the people managers or the leaders in the Kraft Heinz. It's the main focus of myself. So not dividing on that. And then the second one is to create a priorities, right, in terms of the project that I handle. Because we only have managing priorities and managing the energy. Because we, all of us only have 24 hours and 7 days in a week, but we have a list of projects that we have. So I think it's about really about making priorities align with my leader as well, on the deliverables and expected timeline. Really on, I think really on putting and also reserving my energy to face the day and face the project that I do. I think those are what I do to maintain all of the things going.
There you go. So hopefully it's addressed to the questions from Thomas. And then I do personally have question as well for Susanne, and I think I'll collaborate the question from Firsa Amanda. So for Susanne, so what was the most comprehensive marketing strategy you created and executed? Because, well, we have seen the presentation before that you do have the CSR program Rise Against Hunger, and also you do have the collaboration during the pandemic as well with the new business, with the food and beverage business from our society. But again, we would like to hear from you, Susanne. So what was the most comprehensive marketing strategy you created and executed? And does the pandemic situation affect the marketing campaign?
The most comprehensive marketing strategy. Well, I think the challenge is with such a wide portfolio we have. Now we have soy sauce, where we are a challenger brand. We have chili sauce, where we are market leader. We have our canned fish or sardines business, where we are market leader. And then we have our beverages brand with different type of beverages. In squash, cordial squash, we are market leader. In other part of the market, we are challenger. And of course, the launch of Heinz and our other innovations. So I think most comprehensive is a bit difficult to choose, because we have different marketing strategies, different objectives for each of those categories. The challenge with the wide portfolio as we have is, how do you prioritize and how do you make sure that the campaign, the communication, the initiatives are relevant for the objective you are targeting, right? So for example, soy as a challenger brand, our objective is very different. It is to gain share. While for ABC Chili as a market leader, what is our objective is to grow the chili market. So to be honest, I can't pick. It is about the relevance for where we are with that category or the brand.
Yeah.
So in that sense, and was it impacted by the pandemic? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So for example, when we launched Heinz last year, our plan was actually to launch the entire campaign around, I think it was the middle of the year, just after middle of the year. But then, as you know, in Indonesia, we all went in lockdown.
Yeah.
No, very little people went to the stores. So of course we had to adjust, right? Because it doesn't make sense to do a big campaign if nobody can go to the stores and buy your products. So definitely we had to adjust, and as we say in the company, be agile, to make sure that the campaign is relevant at the right time.
Yeah,
I hope this answers your question.
Sure. Yeah, totally agree with you, because again, in the fast-moving consumer goods, that was the challenge during the 2020, because the only thing open is the supermarket, but people didn't want to go out because there's still, we still keep questioning what is happening outside. How about if I go outside and then I catch with the virus as well? So yeah, that's a big challenge, I think, for the all industry in the fast-moving consumer goods. Thank you so much, Susanne, for the answer, but we still keep continue with another questions. Oh yeah, before we continue, I think For those who are here and also for our followers and audience outside, you know exactly that PT Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia also opened all the job vacancies, and then you can see from our social media as well. It has been published more than like 3 weeks ago. So hopefully for those of you who get the interview or the chance to get to know more with this session, we wish you luck. So regarding with the question about the employee qualification, I think I'm going to Mbak Tari. So with regards with the employee's qualification, so does Kraft Heinz also hire the employee from outside Indonesia, like other countries in the Southeast Asia? And the next one is, how does the employee's composition in terms of countries origin of the employee at the company?
Okay, thank you, Mas Molly, and the question. So yeah, the answer is yes. We are. That's why we are also joining the career fair with the Nuffic Neso, right? Because we want to expand our presence into tapping our talent from Southeast Asia, from other countries. So the answer is yes. At the moment, we are focusing or specify on the senior level, senior managerial levels, professional workers. So we are open for employees from other nationalities other than Indonesia to come and apply to Kraft Heinz. And the second question is composition. So compositions is at this moment is, I think, still at like 10%, or like 10 to 15. And as I mentioned, it's still on the upper level management for the expatriate or non-Indonesian nationalities.
Okay, so hopefully it answered the question for Ilham Sabri, because for your information, Batari, Ilham Sabri is from Malaysia. So hello Malaysia.
Hello,
so
Malaysia.
It's really good to have you here as well. Okay, so another question for Susanne and also Batari, but I'm going to Susanne first. Susanne, what is the most challenging aspect for you personally of working in the very diverse or multicultural environment?
Most challenging is also most exciting in my view.
Yep, for sure.
Because it is all, I think it is important if you work in a different culture, in a different country that is not your own, to first observe, listen, and understand. So to be curious, because you cannot assume, right? As I mentioned, I am originally from the Netherlands, and of course there you grow up, you learn the values, the expectations from society are based on your youth and how you learn. But those expectations are obviously not the same in other countries, right? So you learn that things that are for me very common and seem natural in another country might be completely different. So is that challenging? Yes, of course, because you run into things that are very different from your own expectations or your own value system. But as long as you stay curious, open, and try to understand other people, other cultures, and it's not only other countries, right? It is also other backgrounds, other study, other function. It's not only a country thing, but always be curious and try to understand the other person, right? Without judgment. I think that's very important.
Yeah. Okay, over to you, Batari. Do you want to add something with that question?
Yeah, so one of our values that I show you is we demand diversity. So in Kraft Heinz, not only in Kraft Heinz Indonesia, like globally, you can see like this really diverse, not only as Susanne mentioned, yeah, not only from background, race, nationality, gender. I think also like the study, major of the university field, those kind of things. We are encouraging because we believe diversity is actually add power to or accelerate innovations in the company. So that's what we believe. So yeah, so we in terms of like hiring, in terms of like people growing, we don't see that. What we see is back to what you do and you deliver. So yeah, so I think those are the main points that I want to highlight.
Right.
I think we are therefore also encouraging people to move between functions, right?
Yeah.
So there are opportunities, for example, if you work in R&D, but you're interested in commercial and you have the capabilities or the potential to do that, and of course there has to be an open vacancy, the company really encourages that.
Oh, that's awesome. There you go, guys. So it's time. It's time to apply and also join with a Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. That's very, very awesome. Okay, so we have question from Wena Ayunani Nikanastiti. So this is a very, very interesting and very good question. I think I will deliver to Susanne. So what is the plan to market Heinz aside of ABC sauce tomat? Because Indonesian people already familiar with ABC sauce tomat or the tomat sauce, the ketchup from ABC. So what do you think, Susanne?
Yeah, well, I think it is good to have competition in different categories, right? Because you have different consumers, different target group, different taste profiles, and different products. So if you look at our ketchup product for ABC versus Heinz, and you would taste them next to each other, they have a very different taste profile. So different people will like different type of products. And of course, there are also different price points, different formulations, different packaging, like the upside down bottle, for example, is unique to Heinz. It's also a different price point. So I think it is about what we do as marketeers, identifying who is our consumer target, our target audience, with something they need. And that can be different from someone else that's also eating tomato sauce, but has different expectations. So definitely we will have a complementary positioning, communication, price point, location as well, right? If you look at our Heinz, you see it's mostly sold in modern trade, while our ABC products still very much also into the general trade.
Right. Okay. Is there any position open as a tester? I would be happy to join.
Yes, absolutely.
All the products. I'll be happy.
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Mas Molly. Yeah.
We test all our products and make sure they test better than our competition. So we will be very happy if you join.
For sure. Like I'm the biggest fan of your product. Okay. We do still have questions for sure. So I'm moving back to Mbak Tari, Mbak. Because we are in the virtual Southeast Asia Career Fair, for sure a lot of audience wants to know a little bit regarding about first of all about the assessment process in Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. So could you please explain about it?
Yeah, so in general, if for like the recruitment or hiring process in us, so the first point is always on the screening of your curriculum vitae to check your professionals, especially for professionals level, your experience, whether it match, and then it will be you will be going through the recruitment by interview process with our talent acquisitions, HR perspective. So in order to check the culture fit, sort of, and then moving to the interview with the users or the hiring managers. So we focus on like the interviewing process before like the medical checkups and other process. So focusing on interview actually, Mas Molly,
right,
for professional. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. Back to you, Susanne. Because ABC, Heinz, they're really popular. We know it, right? And it's really, you guys have a very signature and very top quality product. So why is the marketing is really important in your company, especially in your product?
Why marketing is so important for us?
Yeah.
Well, I think marketing is about connecting with the consumer, right? Explaining what your brand is about, what your products are about, and making sure that we win the heart of our consumers. So, and how do we do that? We do that with communicating on TV. We do that with communicating online more and more. Consumers are much more digital nowadays, right, than in the past. We do that with communication in store. And if you look at marketing, what are we responsible for? Is that communication in store, on TV and media, etc. It's also developing the packaging, right, which is another tool how we talk to consumers. And I think why is that important is what is the connection from a company to the consumer? How is that developed? Is through a marketing campaign, through a marketing team. So I think that is why marketing is so important. And then the other part where I'm responsible for is, of course, the research and development part of the business. And together with marketing, another element is innovation. Consumers are looking for excitement, for engagement, and that also comes through product, packaging, and communication innovation. And that we do together with R&D and marketing teams.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, because one of the function of the marketing to connect with the industry and also with the consumer, and also for the long lasting, the product is going to be top of the mind of the consumer. I think that's how we put it out. Okay, I think there's another questions for both of you, but I'm going to Mbak Tari first regarding with the culture. Hold on 1 second. I think I found. How would you describe the culture at Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia? So I think the work culture at the Kraft Heinz ABC Indonesia. Mbak Tari, over to you.
Yeah, so the culture, so it refers to the WIN principle that I mentioned. So the work as a team, initiative excellence, and also navigate the future. Yeah, so we are really focusing on collaborations, especially on these past 2 to 3 years, because we want everyone to work together, not only like as individuals, but also great as a team, right? Because if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together, right? That's what we believe. So really on collaboration. And second one is on the owning, like being accountable and owning your role. So we really expect as each of the individuals or as a professionals to really owning what you being accountable on your work, and then do the things right, and then delivers as you promise, right? So that's become our foundation or our reference for our people recognitions. We recognize our people based on what they do and what they deliver. I think those are the two of really prominent culture in the Kraft Heinz.
Okay, over to you, Susanne. Would you like to add something?
I think Tari mentions it very well. I think so. The theme that has been recently launched is to go from good to great, right? That's the global corporate theme. And how we are going to do that is the WIN model that Tari has been talking about, and of course our values, right? So we expect people to be consumer obsessed. We have to understand the consumer we are targeting. And that is not only for marketing, that is for every function in the organization. We have to think consumer. The other one is we have to own it. We are accountable, we have to take responsibility, we have to treat our responsibility as our own business, right? What would you do if it was your business? Take that responsibility. And the other thing I think is very important is we dare to do better every day. We are about continuous improvement. Will everything be 100% successful that we do? No, it won't. Are we perfect? No, we are not. But we are on a journey of continuously improving and getting better from good to great.
Amazing. Okay. Well, you know what? I think the time is up, but I would love to have a lot of conversation regarding about this. It's like a never-ending question from my side. But again, the duration is up, and then we have to move on to another agenda. Susanne and also Mbak Tari, thank you so much for being with us at this session. Really, really appreciate your time. And also, we cannot wait again from the audience. Hopefully, you'll find a very great talent during our event, the Virtual Southeast Asia Career Fair 2022. Thank you so much, Susanne, and also Mbak Tari.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Mas Molly, for having us.
Great to be here.
Thank you, and our
Bye-bye.
pleasure. Bye. Okay, so for those who are still here, we are going to have a break for a little bit, 30 minutes, okay? But don't worry, we still have a really packed agenda for now. I'm just gonna try to refresh a little bit because our workshop session, we do have our career workshop starting at, let me check, starting at 2 p.m. We have career workshop async recruitment process, Genius Applicant one-on-one with our guest speaker, Elgin Harris, and also my friend, Selphine Jeanita. And then continue with me at 3:30 until 5 p.m. A career workshop about the holy trinity of digital talent, biz product, and also technology. So we are going to have a short break. But again, for those who are invited to the one-on-one session, you are going to have your own session starting at 12:30. Okay, so thanks so much once again. You guys have been amazing. Join us, have been joining with us since in the morning until now. But for all of us, we're going to have a break, and we are going to continue at 12:30 with one-on-one matchmaking, and then the workshop sessions that I have been mentioned before. So I'll see you in 30 minutes, Molly and also Selphine. We are going to divide our room, and then, we are going to take turn to host to another session with the workshop. So have a great lunch, have a great break. So I'll see you in a few more minutes. Bye, guys.